Greetings everybody, my name is Tommy the Game Master and welcome to another one of my videos. Today I'm going to be responding to another video by Alloy7. He used to do something called Gamer Life where he would ask people these type of questions that he posted in his video, and I'm going to do a response like it was. And basically in that video he was talking about innovation over invention. He's basically saying that new IPs are more innovative while sequels and stuff are more inventions, and to a certain degree he is certainly right. In fact, I would say to a large degree he is certainly right. Now, not all sequels are lacking innovation. Some sequels have gone completely off of left field. In fact, has actually disenfranchised people from their sequels. A lot in the NES days really did that. How many people kind of make jokes about Zelda 2 or Castlevania 2 or Super Mario Brothers 2 just because they went clear off into left field with what they decided to do. He also makes mentions that large companies don't innovate very often, and that is very, very true. The only large game company I can think of that actually still kind of innovates is Nintendo, and what they last innovated was garbage. I poke fun of the Wii U all the time for being too expensive, for lacking essential features, and having a controller that, so far with any of the games that I have personally played, doesn't really seem to be making the difference for the cost of the console. So we have that problem. But anyways, yeah, it's going to be the small indie developers, he's right, that really innovate. Now, I haven't played Five Nights at Freddy's yet, but I've heard plenty about it. Same thing with Undertale. I'm about to experience Shovel Knight. I have a whole backlog of indie games that I need to play. Telltale, I guess that's a small enough company to be considered somewhat indie. It broke off from LucasArts to do their own thing. And all these companies kind of do things a little bit differently than a lot of the big companies. And one of the things he states is absolutely right about the large companies. To grow as a business, you usually have to take care of the customer and put their needs first. But as these businesses grow into corporations and get stockholders and get really, really huge, they start to focus more on the bottom line. And since what they do seems to bring them some cash, they won't change until after whatever they're doing no longer provides that steady revenue stream. And that's why we see over milking of franchises, as well as just poor customer support sometimes. Think about it. EA is the largest game company on planet Earth. And what oftentimes do we say about EA? Well, we're usually considering, say, they're, and they buy out a company or something that they just bought their souls and all sorts of stuff. People bash EA. And why? Because EA treats their customers like crap. They oftentimes treat the consumers that consume their products like they have absolutely no intelligence. And so we kind of fire back at these people are evil, brainless idiots, and sometimes they are, because that's the way they are acting. And we will oftentimes see them voted high up on the worst companies in America list, primarily just based on how they treat their consumers. And then, you see it with Ubisoft. They no longer seem to think that releasing a game that works on launch day is a priority. We've gotten a bunch of bugs, and they've had to halt the brakes on their Assassin's Creed series because although it has been making them money, it's starting to slow a little bit, and they're afraid that cash cow will die if they overmilk it anymore. And I wouldn't be too surprised if that's not the only large franchise that is going to be taking a break in the next year or two. I wouldn't be too surprised if 2017 is without a Call of Duty, just based on some of the numbers and reports I've heard about the latest Call of Duty. But anyways, yeah, it's going to be the small companies that are going to innovate. Like I said, I haven't played any of these games. YouTubers are what really get these games going and have my attention on these games. It's just I don't have the time at the moment to really play these games. I'm usually focused on a backlog of games I'm trying to get through. I don't go out and buy expensive AAA games that often, but I usually wait until they're in the budget bin. But I can't wait to try Shovel Knight, and if I like that, I can't wait to try Undertale 2 next time I see it on sale. I did get through with another indie game recently, though, called The Stanley Parable. It's not a perfect game, but it definitely shows how game design can affect the choices we make and the way we perceive games. Has a very, very twisted sense of humor. But anyways, as I kind of am just rambling on, he is kind of right. It's going to be the smaller companies that innovate and the larger companies that are going to do these sequels. Does it mean it's wrong to go out and buy a sequel? No. If a sequel is a good game, offers a good experience, go for it. But it's going to be, again, the new experiences are always going to be coming usually from smaller companies because they're the ones who can afford to take the risks. They don't have the overhead that these large companies can make, move quicker with the market over the large companies, and usually produce a somewhat good product. It might not have all the bells and whistles, but a somewhat good product than the large companies. And as long as we see the AAA developers push out sequels, that's not going to change in this current environment. But thankfully, the indie gamers now have a chance to do it thanks to all these digital marketplaces, thanks to Steam, and I do see a huge amount of innovation and gameplay in the future, and as these game developers grow bigger, the big AAA publishers will eventually catch on and give us better games. Anyways, thank you for listening to my ramble. If you have any comments, feel free to leave them down below. This is Tommy the Game Master signing out.